Hello and welcome to the Mason Cable News Show. I hope everyone had a great weekend. My name is Grace Belisle.
And I'm Gabe Stone. The George Mason Board of Visitors this past Tuesday hosted a public comment session. During the session, most members of the George Mason community and the public were able to participate and raise questions regarding tuition and associated questions. This meeting served as a precursor to the upcoming closed session Board of Visitors meets, which will be held on May 2nd. Mason will now provide you with the footage from the event.
We continue to be the leader in Virginia for innovation, diversity, and social mobility. We are the largest Commonwealth public research university. We are offering some of the top educational programs. We are starting to see a continued climb in our programs, and this speaks both to the university, to our students, our faculty, and those are critical areas of investment for the university.
We continue to increase our enrollment, particularly our in-state enrollment. 16% of all Virginia high school students applied to Mason in this last year. We also continue to see increases in out-of-state enrollment, and with our international students, I think one of the things that we're most proud of is that in spite of our high admissions rates, 91%, we look more with our outcomes like institutions that have lower admission rates. So you can see 91% admissions rates, you know this, but a 70% six-year graduation rate, which we continue to want to increase.
The first slide speaks to the four buckets that tend to make up your garden variety financial aid profile. The largest single contributor coming from the federal government. Mason is the second largest contributor for our own students. The Commonwealth has made some significant gains in the last 3 years. In fact, in the previous year, increasing their investment by more than $35 million. And if the budget holds for the continuing year, we might expect that to increase. The next two slides show the same data, but two different ways. The first is looking at the last 4 fiscal years. The green bar denoting our tuition rate, and then the gold bars denoting the average gift aid package by adjusted gross income. So the tallest yellow bars represent our neediest students, all the way down to the shortest yellow bars that represent our students with the highest ability to pay. 65% of our incoming students get some sort of assistance, which I think is remarkable. But if you look at FY22, look at what happened to those gold bars in relationship to the green bars. The average award actually got bigger than the cost of tuition and fees for students making less than $48,000. We're just getting started on this, and this is where the Mason Virginia promise it promises to make a real difference in terms of how students are affording Mason.
So we do keep our tuition very low, and we do appreciate that that's still a challenge for our students. But we have a very low level of financial aid, a very low level of default, and a lot of that is, again, our affordability, our financial aid, the level of funding we have to support our students. This schedule is for our in-state undergraduate, and you can see that we are from a state support, again, a low amount of funding, and then our in-state tuition and fees. We are, despite being in this region and one of the more successful universities in the Commonwealth, if not the most successful in many areas, we still have very low tuition. And that has been a concerted effort on the part of this leadership team. And we continue to be very focused on that. We only raised tuition 2 times in 5 years, and that was done at a hardship to the university, with the recognition of the funding inequities in state support. So we are proposing a 3% in-state tuition increase for 2 years, FY25 and 26, and that's to help close the shortfall. And the majority of that goes towards our compensation and contract escalations, and then we still have a gap because the state funding for compensation lags by approximately a year. So tuition recommendations, we had considered a range of 3 to 5. However, as part of our discussions with the Commonwealth related to our incentive retirement plan and also our discussions with our students, we have brought it down to a recommendation of 3% for each year. And that, again, it still leaves us with a funding gap, but this is part of our commitment. And we have to consider what's out of our control, and we will work as a team and with our board to plan for cost and how we can be most effective and efficient. This is how our dollar is spent. And you can see that this is 100% of the dollar right now. And the highest part is for instruction, but it's academic support. It's our institutional financial aid. It's our institutional support. It's our operations and maintenance. And I would tell you, we are not spending enough on operations and maintenance. And you saw that in the February report. We've got a lot of critical deferred maintenance that we need to move forward on, and we are very behind in. Right. So we've talked about this, but I just want to, we've talked about it a little bit in places, but coaching, mental health, this is regional campus services. We've got expansion in Mason Square and the SciTech campus, and that requires support and infrastructure, and that's part of our planned strategic plan and growth. Faculty class ratios are impacted, programming, just so many aspects, and also how we invest in helping community colleges and others, our investments in our staff and our faculty to help keep us at the level we need to be.
Here's the mandatory student fee. So again, this is a fee that's assessed to all students based on the number of credits that they're taking, and it provides a set of services and activities that are available to all students, undergraduate and graduate students. This is a kind of a selection of the kinds of things that the fee provides for. Just as with the tuition increases, we modeled a 3 to 5% increase in the fee. We landed at a 3% increase, which is an actual cost of $108 additional to the fee. This, by the way, is a 1-year recommendation, not a 2-year recommendation. There's actually a fee committee that's come together that is really assessing all of the uses of the fee and the categories, and will come back with some recommendations for improvements. So because of that, we're just recommending a 1-year 3% $108 fee increase. And just like you saw with the tuition dollar, here is how the student fee dollar is sent. And if my math is right, 72 cents of the dollar really goes directly to student activities, student services. And then you can see those two categories of auxiliary services, units that help with the Mason Card Office, with University Police, and then institutional support are those areas that actually support the folks who are funded by the mandatory student fee. Again, this will probably look different next year when we come back to you, but a 3% increase, $108 increase for the next year. But if you're a student who's sitting at the town hall who's saying, how am I going to afford the additional $108, or how am I going to afford the additional dollars for in-state tuition, these are all the potential interventions that we have available at Mason to help students do that. So whether it's going back to the financial aid advisor, or actually we have financial well-being counselors, we have an emergency aid fund. We're investing a lot of money in increasing on-campus employment, which provides students with more money. It also increases retention, increases engagement. We have a pantry on campus, and we have an emergency housing program. So we try to respond to, again, student need in this way with some of these programs on campus.
I'll make one last comment on this. We actually don't know what our budget is going to be. As you all know, there is a current, we don't have a final budget from the governor. We have, the General Assembly has put forward a budget that the governor is going through currently. If this is based on us getting that, if we come back with something that's less, then we're going to have to reevaluate all of these numbers, right? Because the 3% won't. Well, if it's not covering the need now, if the resources that the General Assembly has agreed to give Mason don't come, we're gonna have to go back and take a look at that number. So I want to make sure it's stated here that based on what comes out of the final budget, you may actually see a different set of numbers in May, because we actually still yet don't have the actual budget numbers from the governor.
This past Monday, the George Mason Police Department sent out an email notifying the Mason community about an individual committing inappropriate behavior in a vehicle on campus. Mason Police requested community involvement in locating this individual, identified by law enforcement as Aaron Marcus Dugo. Thankfully, due to the widespread effort to locate Dugo, an arrest was made the very same day on April 1st by Mason Police. The individual was transferred to Fairfax County Jail. While it's a comfort to know that Dugo is no longer an issue, it doesn't mean that our community should not stay vigilant. If you or someone you know observes suspicious or concerning behavior, we encourage you to contact Mason Police at 703-993-2810 or 911. More information regarding the individual arrested can be found in the email sent out by Mason Police on April 1st and 2nd.
Grace will now provide you with the weekly weather report.
Today was a mostly cloudy day and had a high of 77 and will have a low of 58. Tomorrow will be another cloudy day, but this time bringing a chance of rain. During the day, showers are likely before 8 a.m. and during the evening, showers are likely to return. The high will be 75 and the low will be 60. On Thursday, expect rain throughout the whole day and into the evening. The high will be 70 and the low will be 54. Then on Friday, you guessed it, there's a chance of rain. Throughout the day, it will be mostly sunny, but showers are likely before 8 a.m. The high will be 65 and the low will be 47. The weekend will be beautiful, with Saturday having mostly sunny skies and having a high of 63 and a low of 48. And Sunday will have a mostly sunny day and have a high of 74. Then in the evening, there's a chance of showers and will have a low of 53. Then finally on Monday, it will be mostly sunny yet again and have a high of 75 and have a low of 53. Keep your umbrellas close by this week, Patriots.
Thanks for the weather, Grace. This month, George Mason is acknowledging Autism Acceptance Month. Originally beginning in 1970, for more than 50 years, April has represented a time that we as a country encourage people to educate themselves about autism and promote inclusive practices that don't limit those with autism. Within the United States, there are over 5 million people with autism, and this month we encourage the Mason community to learn and further develop their understanding of autism.
For those with autism or have family members that attend Mason with autism, we encourage you to look into Mason's Autism Support Initiative. The program exists to provide personalized support to those with autism on campus and support them in their academic journey. More information on the program can be found at ds.gmu.edu. It's great to be a Patriot, Mason Nation. 18 George Mason research programs have been reported by EDU ranked to be the best in Virginia. Included in that list was Mason's Costello College of Business, the Schar School of Policy and Government, the College of Engineering and Computing, the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, or CHSS, the Jimmy and Rosalind Carter School for Peace and Conflict Resolution, the College of Visual and Performing Arts, the Antonin Scalia Law School, and the ROTC. Due to Mason's environment and quality of research, we have been given the R1 designation from the Carnegie classification, labeling GMU as one of the nation's top research universities.
We will now head to Ali for the world of Mason sports and beyond.
Thank you so much, Grace and Gabe. I'm Ali here with the sports for you for MCN News. The Mason baseball team hosted their revolutionary rivals, the George Washington University, for a 3-game series over the weekend. The first game of the series went to George Washington, where they led the game and won 3-2, despite a bottom of the 9th comeback attempt from Mason. On Saturday, however, the Patriots tied the series by defeating the Revolutionaries 5-2, in part thanks to a 2-run homer from James Quinn Irons. The final game of the series went to Mason by a score of 13 runs to 10, with the star of the show, Jordan Smith, getting 4 hits with 4 RBIs. The Mason softball team was in Philadelphia over the weekend for a series against St. Joseph's University. It was on Saturday the Patriots dropped both of their games of the doubleheader to the Hawks, losing 8-3 in the first game and then in the second contest 6-0. In the second game, Patriots' Dara Sharp recorded her first collegiate hit. It was on Sunday the Patriots and Hawks, they met again where Mason again lost to the Hawks 4-3. The Mason men's volleyball team remained undefeated at home. After hosting Harvard University for a 2-game series over the weekend, Mason shut out Harvard with both games, winning both by 3 sets. Omar Hoyos was once again impressive with 15 and 13 kills in both games respectively. The Patriots head to Penn State University this weekend as they look to expand their winning streak to 12 games. The Mason lacrosse team was on the road on Saturday against Davidson University in North Carolina. There, the Patriots lost to the Wildcats 16-6. It was, however, Chloe Reed and Daniela Jimenez. They led the Patriots in scoring with 2 goals each, and Gabby Rizzio had herself a career best in defense with 2 caused turnovers. The Patriots will be back home this Saturday to host St. Bonaventure University. George Mason hosted Dalton E. Banks Invitational over the weekend. The event welcomed schools from around the area from multiple events. Mason also honored the track and field's graduating seniors with a ceremony on Saturday evening. The Mason women's tennis team played at Loyola University, Maryland, and Howard University over the weekend, which both resulted in losses for the Patriots. How well did your brackets do, Patriots? The University of South Carolina won the Women's March Madness tournament, defeating the University of Iowa on Sunday afternoon by a score of 87-75. Then the Men's March Madness tournament was won by the University of Connecticut over Purdue University by a score of 75-60. This will be the University of Connecticut's second straight NCAA men's basketball title. Now back to Grace and Gabe. And Gabe, I want to welcome you to the MCN News team. Thank you for what you've done for us today.
Thank you, Ollie, and it's great to be here. Are you curious about the ecosystem that you live in? If you are, then consider taking part in BioBlitz. BioBlitz is an assessment project in which George Mason students have the ability to use the iNaturalist app to photograph and identify fauna, fungi, and flora across campus. This project serves as a point of research for those within the GMU Environmental and Sustainability Studies, Tracking Assessment, and Rating System Rating.
Last week was iWeek, Patriots. The week of festivities wrapped with the yearly iWeek dance competition. Over 10 teams competed this past Thursday in the Fairfax Campus Center for the Arts. Taking first place in the competition was Urbanology 101. Falling behind in second was Mason Taras, and coming in third was the Filipino Student Association. We want to wish congratulations to all competing teams and the hard work that they put in to represent their culture and countries. MCN's own Julian Lee and Viviana Smith were able to speak with some of those who performed in the dance competition, as well as those who were able to attend.
Hey guys, I'm here at iWeek. Had a great time at iWeek. The camera's just rolling, so I guess I'm walking. Everybody did so good. Let's see here. Viviana, how are you feeling about iWeek?
It was amazing. You know, I was on the MCN crew. I loved watching everybody.
Right.
It made me want to get back out there and dance, you know. I wanted to be up on that stage too, but I loved watching people. I loved the performances. Everything was so beautiful, and I love how a bunch of countries got to represent tonight. It was actually so beautiful.
So this was your first iWeek. How did you feel about it?
It was like being at So You Think You Can Dance.
Right.
It was awesome.
Right, yeah. Who was your favorite performance?
Urbanology.
Urbanology.
All about that ology, baby.
I love me some ology.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so many groups were good. The first group that opened up, I thought it was like 3 groups.
Right?
They were fantastic.
KDC Mythic's good.
Yeah, listen, and what was it? What was the name of the African group? The
Black Mambas?
The Black Mambas, man, killed it. I thought you were gonna go up there and do a solo.
Nah, not this time. Not this time. Maybe next year. Kidding. I'm graduating.
How do you feel after that big performance today?
Really great. I mean, it's amazing to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
We placed second, so that was amazing too. Yeah. And definitely every single team put in a lot of effort because we all see them in JC ground floor, like just getting that every practice, every day. And our team especially, we put in a lot of effort to come here and just put on a performance. And this time we tried to show a narration of we go India, and we tried our best to put up performance for everybody. We honestly couldn't hear the music at one point because it was way too loud, but I think everybody resonated with the storyline itself, and even though if they're not from the origin, they really understood what the story was, and they more resonated with the story.
So you guys were the winning group tonight. How do you feel?
Very excited. I love it. Excited, really proud.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
A lot of hard work was put into this.
dedication, lots of ups and downs, and it was just worth it seeing it all come together in the end. Very proud of our team.
And how did it feel to get that applause tonight?
Oh, it felt so awesome.
It felt really good.
You guys got money. I was like,
Yeah. To not only know that, like, you know, the actual dance is good to the judges and stuff, but also the audience, that they really enjoyed it. I feel like that was really heartwarming, because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We do it to entertain people, to have fun ourselves. So it's just really nice experience, I think.
Before going on, we're always like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm going to forget this. And then we get there and we hear the cheers and we're like, okay, yeah, no, we got it. And then it always just feels like so good hearing like the audience. Honestly, I loved watching the other teams. It was such good vibes, everyone there. Just appreciate it. Thank you, iWeek. Always love sharing the stage with my team and being able to see everyone else.
Get your dancing shoes, Mason Nation, because this week on Thursday, April 11th, PAC will be hosting Scarlet Soiree, a dance themed around the classic movie Moulin Rouge. The event will be held in the Hub Ballroom from 6 to 9 p.m. and will feature dancing, snacks, and much more. Registration for the event can be found on Mason 360.
Start your engines, Patriots! This week is the final Mario Kart tournament of the 2024 spring semester. The tournament is set to take place on Friday, April 12th from 4 to 7 in the Corner Pocket. Registration to compete can be found on Mason 360. Enter for your chance to win grand prizes and friendly competition.
Want to learn how to dance? If you do, then consider attending Festival de Azucar, hosted by GMU's own Azucar Latin Dance Club. The event will be in the Hub Ballroom and last from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., join Azucar for their dance workshop where you will learn different styles of dance. Following the workshop from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. will be a night social for you to practice and demonstrate all that you've learned. This event is free and open to all who wish to attend.
How does the man on the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Yesterday, there was a total solar eclipse that crossed over much of the middle of the United States. The path of totality, or the areas that were able to see 100% coverage of the sun by the moon, stretched from the U.S.-Mexican border in South Texas all the way through Cleveland, Ohio, into upstate New York and Vermont. While George Mason was not in the path of totality, there were still some opportunities to watch the eclipse here on campus. The George Mason Observatory joined with the College of Science to host an eclipse watch party at Merton Hall lawn where the public could grab some free eclipse glasses and view the eclipse through telescopes. The video shown is credited to NASA. So, Gabe, did you get a chance to catch a view of the eclipse?
I did, and it was pretty cool. It was definitely worth it. I watched it at Merton Hall on GMU campus.
I got to skip class to watch it. I was outside exploratory sharing my glasses with 5 other people. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, the next one's not till like
20 years.
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Unless you go to Egypt, then it's 2027.
Oh, wait, really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Thank you for tuning in, Patriots. You can keep up to date on the news on and off campus if you follow us on Instagram at MCAnaTV, on Twitter and Facebook at Mason Cable Network, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Belisle.
And I'm Gabe Stone. Have a wonderful week, Patriots.